Go ahead, Queen.
She in her mode over there.
I'm looking at you.
Beehive repping it heavy.
You grooving with her.
Hey, man, shit. I respect good music.
Better not say nothing bad about Beyonce.
I respect good music. You know who it is. We back again.
What up, man?
You let them know
You know, we had to come in strong with the queen.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this is Black History Month, but this is also unofficially Women's Month on Unspoken Conversation. So we coming with you with a fly and a dope woman guest every week for this month of February.
Right,
Make sure y'all feel it. So we know we're going to get a little bit of a women's perspective from every side, every place. But tonight, to kick it off, we got Oak Cliff's finest.
Young Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
Let the people know who in the building.
Hey, y'all. It's Nicole Umbrarius, a.k.a. Young Oak Cliff.
She's one half of the
Crown Jewels
podcast.
Pepper or no pepper?
Dope content.
Right.
Yes. Crown with a K, Jewels with an S.
Man, yeah, it's Aquarius season. You know what I'm saying? Your co-host. We got birthdays.
Good looking out.
Back to back, man. St. Louis.
You was last Monday. You was last Tuesday.
Yeah, by way of St. Louis, tell him he got some good Chinese food. I love it. Chop suey. That's what they call it. Chop suey.
You know what, man? You know we didn't hit another 10. So that means we at episode 30.
Yup.
We done made it to another milestone.
Won't he do it?
Shout out to consistency.
I told you it was 30.
He like, oh, yeah.
I forgot I missed last week.
Man.
I'll be listening.
How we doing today? You know, we got a guest in the building, but you know, she family here. She been here past 30 minutes.
Yeah,
took a
she
shot.
family.
She got
Took her shoes off and shit. Got
hey,
close.
so, you know, she
up.
officially family. So we gonna start it out. How was the week, man?
This week was a fun week, long week, and fun. I think that's just like the first word that came to mind, but we made it through. We blessed. We here.
Yeah.
Another Friday to look up.
Yeah, what made it fun?
That was just the first word that came to mind.
It really just a regular
the
week.
shot talking. You know
what was H-Town about this week, man?
Oh, man.
What was H-Town?
But we got you in here, Oak Cliff's finest,
Yeah.
you know, one half of Crown Jewels podcast. So, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about me. I've been podcasting since last July. It was supposed to be, I think, May, but we had some things that set us back on my first show. I kind of quit / got fired.
Fight?
Fired.
From your last show?
Fired, yeah, from my first show.
We ain't gonna say no names, though. We ain't got to say no names.
No, of course not, because it's still love, you know.
Oh, it's still love
it's
in
still
the streets?
Love, yeah,
okay, cool.
in these streets. I'm so friendly, y'all. To be from Oak Cliff, I'm super friendly. I don't care.
Everybody I met from Oak Cliff show love,
friendly.
so
yeah.
Maybe it's something in the water.
No, it used to be different. It used to be a different climate when I was younger. And then when I got older, I just started just being in diverse, different situations. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to speak. I don't care if you don't speak back. But...
What high school you went to?
So, funny story.
Let me find out.
I went to Carter for 3 days.
Wait, what?
And Townview called me, I think the 3rd or 4th day that I was at Carter, and told my mom, if you bring her up here, we can get her enrolled. So I went to Townview.
Oh, you went to the magnet school?
Went to the magnet school, studied criminal justice for all 4 years, and spent 4 years there to learn that I didn't want to study criminal justice.
That's cool. You learned that at a young age.
Yeah.
In high school. Like,
So I think what interested me or had me interested in criminal justice was just being around a lot of street people. And
you want to lock their ass up?
Yeah, not even.
You want to help them out?
What I knew about crime was that you had to know the other side to be successful in crime. Okay?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, people trying to find out.
I wasn't trying to lock nobody up. I was trying to lace people up.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, like,
So you was like, nigga,
you like,
they
hey,
gonna hit your house at about 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
What the fuck you got
and
in
this
here?
is
Get
why.
the fuck out of here.
Or this is your rights, and this is how you keep
that
yourself.
cable truck been here 3 days.
Yeah.
Nigga, and ain't nobody on this block got a satellite dish, nigga.
But yeah, so
they riding bikes through the neighborhood. You see them?
So you give that look like, nigga, do I gotta spell it?
Right.
But I realized my true passion was actually entrepreneurship. I used to be a candy girl,
That's what's
and
up.
so I used to sell candy, and I really trying to figure out where I lost that in myself
The
because
hustler's mentality.
Yeah. Because I remember this girl. She asked me in like high school. She was like, "Why do you sell candy?" And I was like, "Bitch, 'cause my mama broke."
Hey,
you see these Payless shoes?
You want to test your resourcefulness? Hey, be broke.
Be on your ass. Be on your ass. That
You'll
was
find talent you ain't know you had.
That shit will light a flame.
You would have had my money if I would have got some candy quick. How would you sell?
So as you took the words out of my mouth, shit. I was about to say.
Look, I learned selling candy taught me not to get high on my own supply. My sister.
So you chewing now, ladies? Why you selling?
Look, Mom used to get food stamps, right? My sister, she used to get her cut. I used to get my cut. Mom would front us the candy.
Right.
She's tired of operation.
My sister would eat up all her candy.
Stay coming up short.
But I would come home with the little, whatever, however much I made.
She dead in the street.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So she became a housewife, and I started hustling in corporate America. Okay?
Right.
So
she learned. What she was learning was different from what you was learning.
Yeah.
She was gonna learn.
Nigga gonna have out with the train.
Have somebody that always work harder.
You ain't lying.
That's a good strategy.
Good strategy, because my mama used to be like, "This is how you wash the dishes." When she was talking to her, and by the time my mama was showing her how to wash the dishes, she would be done washing the dishes. So my sister,
she just sit there and watch.
She be sitting in the back like, "This is how I got mama to wash dishes."
Right.
So she a gamer.
She had the game, right?
Yeah.
She had the game.
I didn't have the game. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of that, so you ain't got the game. So first of all, can we be in your business a little bit? Or you're single, you're dating, you're engaged.
Single. I'm very single. I'm happily single. Okay.
That's the new thing. Happily single is a real thing.
You have to be happily single because, man, it's been tough. Like, I done tried dating older guys and they still ain't shit. You try to go younger, they don't know how to have sex. It's just like, what the fuck?
Hey,
so I gotta teach somebody that on both sides. Both sides.
Sometimes you gotta reach down.
Yeah, you gotta be patient.
If you see something good in somebody, you gotta mold them. You gotta
like, nah, what you say?
You don't got it. You don't got it.
Ounce of
Tell
potential.
them niggas you ugly.
Baby, you don't suck no popsicle like that.
You ugly.
I used to.
gotta school them.
No, you can't teach. You don't got it. Okay.
Well.
Well.
I mean, I get what you say.
I heard you say you don't talk to dudes. I be eavesdropping on y'all show. I actually listen to the episode.
You know what?
So,
that's love. Let me tell you, because we had a technical glitch.
Yes.
I don't know.
Technical difficulties.
With a mic in his
Technical
mouth.
difficulties. Not that.
Oh.
We actually uploaded the wrong episode first, and Knowledge reached out and said, "Y'all got the wrong." He said, "Are y'all introducing you?" Because
I'm like, damn.
The wrong episode. The first episode that I did on the show was uploaded this past
He
week.
be on it.
And he let me know, and I was like, "That's love, like, because
Yeah.
I really support my people." And I was like, "You never know who supports you," and I don't be reaching out to see, like.
Man, we were just saying we want to make it like a big pod of just cool ass podcasts. Just bounce off each other.
Because although
we stirring the pot.
Sometimes
You eat off
we
your plate, you can eat off mine.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because
that's why I'm eating off that free barbecue plate.
Okay.
Ain't shit free but God, nigga. And he want 10%.
Hey.
Go right ahead.
He want 10%. Anyways, go ahead, get back in my business because they talk about something.
I was about to say,
What's up?
I was gonna say because I wanted to speak on it. Like she say she don't meet guys out. She don't take. Like, so I'm like, what do you meet guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
I was saying, so what I was saying was when I'm out with my girls, like I have times when I'm ready to go out and hoe. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily go out and hoe.
I know what you mean.
But when I get ready, when I go out and I get dressed up.
Niggas got shots.
And I want to be approached. I got them nights, and I got nights where I just want to kick it with my girls. You know what I'm saying? When I don't want to be bothered.
Understood.
And it's just those type of nights. Of course, nobody's gonna know but me.
So you got to catch you on the right night.
Right.
So is that? Well, you said it could be any night. So
that was like shooting dice.
But you can't be with your girls because you already said if you're out with your girls, you don't really
vibing with your girls.
It depends. I'm always out with my girls, but I'm just saying it depends on the night. Like if I had a long day.
Now most of your girls single, or some of them married, or got boyfriends, engaged.
Yeah, how they be?
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna have you snitching on them.
Yeah, don't be.
We want them to listen.
No,
you're the ones in relationships be the wildest ones when they get out the house.
We ain't gonna say no names.
Some more shots.
This is not
the
true.
single one be sleeping. Shit, I ain't 40 for nothing.
You can't be giving the game away.
The motherfucker with the wedding ring on be standing on top of the VIP table with a bottle in
with
her
her shoes on. With her shoes on.
Hey.
Mike Epps said it the best when he with his girl. Hey man, how you doing? How everything going?
D-boy,
when he ain't with his girl, what up, bitch?
D-boy, you be like, whoa, nigga, hold up, nigga.
You know you can't do shit.
You know, a nigga shoot you over his wife, bro.
Nigga dead.
Nigga
Shoot you
like,
dead.
He'll square up over his girl, but he'll shoot you over his wife.
He gonna shoot you dead.
He might stab you over his fiance.
You gotta spend money on that.
If you don't bought that ring,
it's levels, nigga.
After you buy the ring, it's gonna be violent. Whether it's gonna be a knife or it's gonna be a gun.
Nigga, you going to the hospital.
You gonna take either way, nigga. You gonna be leaking.
So you enjoy being single?
I enjoy being single.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
How long you been single?
I'm gonna sound like a crazy lady.
No, man, about 3-4 years.
About 5 years.
5?
Because you know what I was gonna ask.
So 65 are you?
Hold on.
I've dated. I've gone on dates, which is not dating. It's just like I went on a date with you.
Free meal.
You not necessarily.
I mean, you ain't never got caught doing cuffing season? You know, cuffing season start what? What cuffing season start?
November.
Who was you cuddled up with when the snowstorms hit?
Yeah.
My pillow, and that's the most. Look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm keep it a buck, and I'm gonna say that that's the loneliest time. Like I be texting my girlfriends like, yeah, I think I want to be in a relationship now. And then it's 70 degrees. I sound like fuck these hoes.
She listened to Tony Braxton with a tear at the corner of her eye. Like I ain't shit.
Oh my god. No, I had one of my guy friends. I can't remember what the conversation was, but we was outside of Trappiest Hour. At. I was outside with one of my good friends, Tekashi. I call her Tekashi 6'5".
Tekashi 6'5".
Tekashi 6'5".
Hell of a name.
She gonna be the new nigga 6'9" because that nigga's name finna be Harold Johnson in Nebraska.
What you saying?
I better get off subject about that.
Must be somebody's bitch. But now, we was outside talking. I don't know what happened, but we were just talking. And AT was like, "But you a fuck boy."
Damn.
Oh,
damn.
he was a fuck boy.
What?
Wow.
From a recovering fuck boy to I don't know if you act a fuck boy.
Another recovering fuck boy. I don't know.
A recovering.
That is the first way to get over fuck boy, and it's just to admit that you're a fuck boy. I had to look in the mirror and say, nigga, you
am I really a fuck boy?
I just realized that
niggas keep calling me that. Am I really
I would ghost people too, and I like to consider myself a little bit mature. Ghosting is wrong, you guys.
That's a real verb.
That's a real verb. Ghosting is a real motherfucker.
Ghosting is wrong, okay?
It is.
It's
and
wrong. But we all do wrong. Niggas ghost every day.
Every day, B. All right, but no, seriously, like I talk to God about my sins.
Bad. You know we go around the table.
I didn't confess all my sins at the.
I told you I'm an open book.
At the altar of Unspokn Konversation.
I ain't confessed too much.
You can ask me damn near anything. Damn near.
I'm under the light for real. For real.
Yeah, we are open book.
So I mean, is the goal always to find a relationship, or are you comfortable with just being single?
To get into the point now, I'm gonna be honest. If y'all listen to the show, I said I was joking about it, but I was kind of being for real. Like I do not do relationships well, and so I was serious. And I went to a counselor about relationships, and she was just like, "You just need to focus on school. You don't need to date."
So that was the results.
How much was that?
No.
That's just. She should have been like, I'm not even gonna charge you for this hour.
No, because I'm I'm really an advocate for mental health. If you work in corporate America, you probably got some type of benefits. Go. I didn't pay nothing.
Oh yeah, you can't use.
I use my benefits.
Okay.
And,
I heard you get like 3 for free or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Cap One used to offer that.
I was told I need counseling. So
I think we all need.
And I might need.
I think we all need.
Specifically speaking,
some certain way.
especially since I'm with men, because some of the men that I talk to, especially like on a romantic level, it's like they're so fucked up, and I'm like, I can only handle so much because I'm a little fucked up too. Right. So my thing is, you need to go to a licensed professional to talk to somebody and seek the help, or just seek the guidance. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the response that I get is like, I don't want to go to tell for somebody to tell me what to do. Sometimes they just listen.
Yeah. Most time they do.
I would just say at least go one time. The funny thing is, I went to a black lady, which I don't know if I'm going back. She didn't write nothing down. She
that's your. She said stay.
She talked to me. She talked to me the whole time. I didn't get shit out. I was like, I feel like I need to talk about my childhood. Oh my God, she hit me. She Bible thumped me, and I felt.
She didn't come in with open mind.
She Bible.
What's Bible thump?
She was like,
That
do you
means
go to
she was
church?
yeah, like,
and I was
you
like,
can't.
I could have got that from pastor.
you know what I'm saying?
If I needed that kind of guy,
I was
I
like,
just stayed after church a little when everybody left.
And I was like, damn it, bro, I didn't come here for this. So
Right,
I don't know if
right.
I'm gonna go back. But the thing of it is, I think it's
like
important.
an Asian lady.
That's what I'm thinking.
Somebody, no, for real.
No,
like
seriously.
somebody so out of
They
what you
honest,
would
too.
normally.
Like, I literally just need somebody to listen to me that's not in my circle.
Right.
And I say that to say, like, it's not that I don't trust my circle, but I know that we all have things that we're going through. And it's certain things that I don't need to add to you because energy transfers.
You need to, and also you need a blank canvas.
Yes.
You need
and
to
somebody
approach
that's
someone-
licensed
exactly.
to help me in what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important, especially for Black people, period. Just like go outside the norm. And I don't give a fuck if y'all think I'm crazy, blah, blah, blah.
No.
That's okay. I'll be crazy, but I'm going to be crazy and healthy mentally because we had guests on our show that were mental health specialists.
Okay.
And they were like, do you do a mental checkup? You know, we go to the gym, we do our resolution. We say we want to go to the gym.
What are some of the mental checkups? Because they say you only can get a CAT scan if you hit your head.
No, she talking about just basically
Counseling.
like,
Oh, that's the
Come on,
mental
man.
counseling.
Shit.
No, I just think
Knowledge,
you need.
did I lose you?
No, man, I'm thinking about you got to examine the brain, mental,
be
all
going
of
too
it.
deep.
You know what I'm saying?
You be
That's
going too
along
deep.
with some of those things.
Just getting out what you need to get out.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
you just need to talk to your friends. Sometimes you just need to write it down on paper. I'm an introvert, so I recharge internally.
Okay.
But also, it's a pro is that I recharge internally. But a con to being an introvert for me
Okay.
is that I bottle.
Oh, everything.
So you could do something to piss me off or I feel disrespected, but I won't act on it. I won't say shit because I'm like, you know what? Maybe he had a bad day. Maybe he just going through something.
Wow.
But I think an extrovert will probably pop up on your ass and it'll be done. Y'all
Okay.
talk it out. Y'all be good.
Have you ever released some of those things that you bottled? Or have you learned how to
Oh,
release it?
eventually the shit, because I'm the same way. It'll get something will bust
Yeah.
them pipes one day, and then
Yeah.
it could be the smallest
So
shit.
the healthy thing for us is to just literally just probably speak on it at the moment or when
Okay.
we have time to actually process it.
Okay.
And not just let it sit there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it happened again, and if it happened 3 times for me, if it happened once, it probably won't happen again. But if it happened twice, it's definitely gonna have happen a third time.
but I think that's why. No, finish what you're gonna
No,
say.
you good. No, I'm just saying the second time I'm gonna pop off on your ass because
No, but I was kind of gonna go off for that. But I think also, like, to go from like how we know what can push our buttons, and we know we all have an edge. But I feel like while a lot of people don't want to go to counseling, sometimes you don't want to find out the real truth about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
if you really want to get better, because that's what ultimately that's why I sought out counseling. Because I
think
want to
that's
get better as a person.
And I think that's what scares people, though. It's like, because it's going to make you tap into some real conversation that you would have to have within. Because you got to think of it like this. Like, I've done it before.
Yeah.
Like, when I know shit rough, I'll just basically be blind to it and just try to focus on what it is. And I find myself stressed out, wondering what the fuck wrong with me.
This is why I think Black men have a lot of heart attacks. Because y'all are our providers, y'all are our protectors. Y'all don't never take the time to talk to us about nothing. Sometimes y'all will go off and be like, oh, that motherfucker pissed me off, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But y'all really want to talk about what really is going on.
That's a real thing.
That's real shit.
Because
That's
like
real shit you just said right
just
there.
like the lady said that was talking to the old interview. Shit, we trying to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Why we want to put them burdens on you?
We want you to be
You know?
strong, you know what I'm saying? But to me, and
we
that's why
shouldn't wear y'all down.
This is again why this is why I'm single, because I want you to be strong, but my idea of strong is being vulnerable and saying, I can't handle this. I need you to do this for me so I can, and whether
So
this
you
for
can
me,
find your way to help.
this for me is just listening to me without saying, well, you need to do this and you need to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's hard for a lot of
It's
strong
very
black
hard.
men.
And
Yeah.
honestly,
And
our men are not taught
We
that.
have these expectations.
I was raised by men. They're not taught that.
And that's why I feel like some men like have these expectations where they feel like they have to be the alpha male at all times.
And you could still be the alpha male.
No, and that's why, thankfully, like the new millennials is softening in a way.
Yeah.
Like,
Nigga.
you got to think
Things are
they,
changing. Yeah.
Soft in a lot of ways.
but
Nah,
like
with
in a
the-
good
with a-
way.
yeah,
too,
like
also,
more of a-
well,
more
nigga,
being more
like,
optimistic.
Like the thing is like this. I look at it like this. It's a reason why so many men grow up broken.
Yeah.
It's because they were always taught to keep your head down and get to work.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Or don't cry, suck it up.
Right.
Right.
And so all you doing is holding this adverse energy towards the the world because you feel like ain't nobody willing to hear you out.
And the saddest part is that that's normalized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you normalize that, that's when you start to have
Quit
all
whining.
these fucked up relationships. When you really need to stay. Kendrick Lamar has a song that says, "Love's gonna get you killed, but pride's gonna be the death of me and you." And that pride, I can't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's only one pride. That's just foolish.
Yeah.
Foolish pride.
But
is
it's
the only
easier
pride.
said. It's
True.
easier said.
Yeah. I mean, because men, we are very prideful.
Yeah.
Certain, we feel like if we just
some of
open
the
up
ingredients
completely,
with pride is integrity and confidence, and that's also ingredients for, having just self-respect, for yourself. So it's kind of like a hard balance.
It
you know
is.
what I'm saying?
But pride is ego, and the more you feed ego, the less you feed what you really need.
Yeah, they also have ego, and that's what I look at. Like, you just feeding your ego for pride. You know, how far? I always just ask the question when I see how far it is guiding them, and how far is it going to get them moving forward. Because you know what I'm saying. I just like to see it play out. Like it may work for them. I mean, some of them may. I know some people. Man, I'm talking about they successful, but they got a huge ego. Them motherfuckers some assholes by nature.
But honestly, like a lot of people tell you once you get to a certain level, like I heard Magic Johnson say in the interview, once I got to a certain level in business, I couldn't do small deals anymore. It wasn't that I had to be that way. I wanted to be that way, but I had to be that way. And the thing is, like, because you have to focus your attention on your surroundings, because it's a dog-eat-dog world. That's nature.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for you to be successful without having a bit of asshole. Like they said, I heard somebody say literally this morning, I don't know, I was watching NBA TV, and the guy was saying, the thing that made Kobe Bryant great is that he was willing to be an asshole, because all greatness is ornery.
Sometimes, I agree
Jordan
with that.
was an asshole.
And you have a dark side that you're gonna have to bring out. Like
That's what he said. That's literally what he said. He said every great player, every great person has a dark side, because you have to be willing to go dark.
We have a saying in the hood that says, we say, stay prayed up, but 10 toes down. And it typically means stay humble, but eat greedy, which means keep hustling, keep grinding in whatever you're doing. And that's where the dark side coming in. Because you have to focus. Like, I think the dark side is a focus. Like, fuck everything else, fuck the distractions, fuck whatever is going on, and just do what you got to do.
But the dark side is also you basically cutting in line sometimes. Look at it like, we can go to Shaq and Kobe, or we can go to the music business, or we can even go up to Fortune 500 companies where insider trading. Even though you don't get caught, it's like, how can I get a leg up? I'm willing to break the law to get a leg up.
Well,
and sometimes that's just not.
I'm not. No,
if you can sleep at night doing that, that's fine.
But I'm telling you,
but
like,
it's crazy.
I'm basically just describing nature.
And you say that, and because.
And it puts you at a disadvantage, though, when your competition is willing to go
my finance
that far.
When I was getting my master's in my finance course, and the teacher, that was crazy. He said, how much or how far would you go to prison? Meaning, like, when you start going, like, how much money would it be before you go to prison? He was like, he looked at it, he's like, shit, get me a cool meal right now.
That's still not enough.
Like,
go to prison.
Because at the time, it was like Martha Stewart. You know what I'm saying? It was like when Martha Stewart had hit for them, inside of trade.
Exactly. Like,
and it was like,
it's
so
Martha
how much
Stewart.
She was already damn near
a couple more meals.
She was already damn near
She was
billionaire.
willing to break the law. Like,
that's where
to hit a lick.
If I ever,
why do you think drug dealers
stay
I ever get wealthy beyond belief, that I stay humble? Like, I think when you start making that much money, your mindset changes.
It's a drug.
It is. It's addictive. And my thing is, I'm so, like, anything that's addictive, whether it be penis, alcohol.
Tell she's single.
I just had to give it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She ain't worried about nobody. She ain't worried about nobody hearing this shit. Like, okay, I can't wait to get off this.
Alcohol.
The hips gonna be jumping. IG is underscore Young Oak Cliff.
No, it ain't no underscore.
Oh, Young Oak Cliff.
It's just Young Oak Cliff.
Right.
But y'all can follow our Crown Jewels podcast page. Crown Jewels podcast with the K.
She got about 6 pictures, but
I do.
she will answer your DM.
I'm glad you noticed
She's
that.
very effective.
I am.
Efficient.
I really like the DM versus the page.
Let me know you here. That's what she's saying.
You know, and that's crazy. You know, we may have to talk about how you really.
Say, hold on, what?
Let her know you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm present here. What's up?
Right.
Going on.
My counselor said I shouldn't date. Okay.
Whoa. You just focus on school.
The black woman told
You must have told your counselor a story to where she was like,
I didn't tell her shit.
The black woman.
I wish I could have told her shit.
Hold on.
Was this the black woman?
She talked to me for the whole hour.
Was this the black woman?
Yes. This is the first
missionary.
time.
That's like talking to Jane.
Who your pastor?
This is the first time I went to counseling and she talked to me the whole time. I was just like, damn.
And you supposed to be doing the talking.
Exactly. Like, I still got shit on my
She
chest.
asked you who was your pastor.
That's keeping me from my husband.
She asked you when you go to church?
Yeah, she asked me that. I go to
See,
church.
y'all have been like, you know what?
But we are,
Did she ask you where you went to church?
You know, those are expected. We are in the Bible belt.
I bet that few times.
Oh my God.
We are in the Bible belt. So, you know, that is what to be expected.
If you don't give me my money back,
Give me all my money
I could
back.
have went to midweek service for this.
Right. You just took
Bible study.
Bible study.
Hey, you know what though? If I said like, man, some of these young revolutionary pastors, they need a podcast.
They do.
Because they need a comfort zone. Like,
Y'all sure y'all want to go here with the?
Yeah, no, they need to
with
just
the
trans.
pastors? I
No,
don't
it's
know
some
if we
good
wanna go here.
pastors out there.
We don't want to give them an unfiltered.
Pastor Michael
but they gonna
Todd.
be filtered, so it's gonna be the same thing you will hear in the.
Pastor Michael Todd. I seen him on YouTube, and it's funny because one of my married friends, he told me to go watch this video series called "How to Be Single."
A pastor got
like,
a
you
thing called
bitch.
being single.
No. But the pastor. It was a really. Listen, go watch it before.
It makes sense.
I mean, I'm not
he's
critiquing
about,
it.
He's about in our age bracket, so it's very relatable. He wasn't throwing, like, for me with church, like, I love church, but at the same time, if I feel like you throwing a Bible at me, like, I already know I'm going to hell.
Whoa.
Damn.
I'm based on.
Don't put that on yourself. Hey,
God.
Hey, God.
Don't do
Hey,
that.
if I got a way to move up in the gates of heaven right now,
The way the
let
church,
me help him.
Lay a hand.
No, seriously, the way the church is set up,
God.
you
Don't
think
need
you're going to
that
hell.
Nah,
just
you
for,
So
like,
this eye.
you going to hell.
Throw out these
Nah.
demons.
Nah.
I'm speaking in
No, you're
general.
not
In
not-
Jesus' name.
Hell no.
In Jesus' name.
Hey,
Ooh. All right.
we don't want you. Hey, we got an extra hand.
This was, I was
She hit us
speaking
with
in
the
general,
shando.
guys.
Nah, all right,
Gosh.
all right.
Hey, you
But
can't
nah,
say
man.
no
nah.
wax. Can't
Hey.
say nothing no wax. Just don't go away.
It was, I was joking,
Nah, we-
okay?
It's in the
No,
universe.
hey,
I was
understand your
joking.
point. I understand where you
I don't want to go to
What's say
hell.
purgatory? You be sitting there
I don't want to be
Like,
sitting in
you don't wanna
purgatory
go to
either.
hell.
I want to be at the white gates and he'd be like, "Hey girl, you come on in." I'd be like, "Okay, where the liquor at?"
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm nervous.
Nigga, I don't want to be the nigga in the front of the line at the gate. You know when you at the club and the line over here and you the only nigga over here and you like, nah, go ahead.
I always.
And so you see somebody
You
walk by
feel
that club,
uncomfortable, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
come get me.
It's just like,
I've actually always. I know, like, and I hate to admit, these come up when I'm actually doing some shit that I ain't supposed to be doing when I have these type of thoughts.
exactly.
Like,
That's why I said what I said. Okay.
so I be like, man, if I go up there right now, like,
Oh, if I go up there right now, nigga, it's
I need time.
You need time.
hell yeah, I need time. Nigga,
My
no.
credit is low right now when it come to you. Like,
Yeah, I can't. The guy won't lease me nothing.
Oh my God.
so,
I'll
Lord,
be like, turn your ass around.
Y'all just said what I said in a different way.
I give you
Lord,
90
just
more
give me
days.
some more
Y'all
time,
just
Lord.
said what I
But
said
you
in a
said
different way.
You said it out loud.
You said,
I
hey,
was being
you remember-
more direct.
You remember his
okay?
point when said he just some people don't go to counseling because they don't want to hear their truth.
That's what's keeping him from heaven.
Yeah.
Hey, you just told the
This shit
truth.
got me
They're like,
sweating.
hold on now, hold on.
This shit got me in here sweating.
You're hot under the couch.
I was just cold a while ago. Oh, now I'm that's why God like
Satan,
that.
I rebuke thee.
Man.
Stop it. Can we talk about something else now?
That same preacher be like, nigga, get
Man.
that plate on the
I
other
really-
side. You missed
I-
2 rolls.
Y'all good. Y'all
I
good.
really don't want to go to hell today,
None of us do.
nor tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
what we had on a lighter note.
What we had going on in the culture this week?
A Killer Mike.
So did you learn this?
Yeah,
you learned this in public school.
A lot of snitchery going on. Hey, you want to touch on that?
No, we want to get on Killer Mike first because we
gonna
put that nigga
hell yeah.
We gonna put him where at the end.
Okay.
Snitches don't get.
Then what you got?
Killer Mike.
Killer
Man,
Mike,
snitches.
No. The Killer Mike interview.
Okay.
Loved it.
He touched on some things. Killer Mike been on some shit. He been on y'all
Which
throat.
interview?
He been on there, nigga. You been on your throat for about the last 8-9 years.
But Killer Mike been on your throat. You know what I'm saying?
On your neck.
And,
on
you know,
nah,
the throat is more intimate. It means you're short of breath. You know, your
I'm
neck.
giving you just enough to breathe, nigga.
Yeah, it's more impactful.
Sounds very
because
sexual.
He
right
puts
now.
you outside your comfort zone.
Dominatrix.
It's that fireball.
Hey, we gonna go. I already know what I'm getting her for Valentine's
Ain't no
Day.
choking, bitch. What?
I know what I'm getting you for Valentine's
What you getting me?
I'll tell you later.
We gonna
Oh my.
All right, but what Killer Mike? Let's get back to Killer Michael. But no, man.
Killer Michael.
Killer Michael.
Don't disrespect that man like
That nigga said, my wife is black and my haters. What
no,
all my haters hate?
No,
haters white.
my critics, but my critics didn't. No,
Oh, yeah, I'm mad at black woman.
He said my critics didn't.
Basically, his critics couldn't say the same.
That's
yeah.
a bar.
Nigga, that is a bar.
He was dropping.
That's when
jewels.
the nigga. That's when the
Same
freestyle crowd go, oh.
Right.
Ad lib queen over here, okay?
Oh yeah. You know nowadays all you gotta say is like, hey.
Okay.
Yeah. Some half retarded.
I don't
shit.
know why. That's like a reflex when somebody's like, "Hey, okay."
That shit be sounding like Tourette type shit. Like,
Nigga, y'all was making fun of him back in the day, but now the nigga.
now the nigga's a millionaire. Niggas used to talk about him in middle school.
Oh
Hey,
man,
yeah,
Rich the
Hope.
Kid was in the resource class. But
Hey, that's why you think Black
Blood
Youngster. You think Black Youngster and Kodak Black was in special education?
Oh,
No,
black
Kodak Sport, bro. Y'all be sleep on that nigga, bro.
black youngster.
I can't speak for that nigga.
Yeah. I know that nigga get mad. He can't get a word out.
He this close to a chick.
That
He
you
that
ain't
close
bullshit.
to another streamer income.
Fucking horse. I be
Horse?
Like,
You fucking horse?
Fucking horse.
nigga.
I'm like,
This
nigga,
nigga
you can't
borderline.
act that well.
That nigga bust ass seatbelt.
That nigga acting like Jack. Y'all don't know if y'all ever watched that movie with fucking
Jack.
who was it?
Titanic?
No, the goddamn
Jack.
rest his
Jack, I know.
what was that nigga name?
I don't know.
Motherfucking Jack.
Was he white?
It'll come back to
But
me.
yeah, black youngster. He kind of
Robin Williams.
Designer.
He played the grown
Running man.
ass.
Running man.
No, the grown ass kid.
Like
Oh
radio?
yeah.
Jack.
Rain
I
Man.
knew you knew what it was.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh yeah, Rain
Dustin
Man.
Hoffman.
Dustin
Well, that
Hoffman, him
nigga
and Tom
too.
Cruise. Yeah.
That nigga too. You got a talent.
Too.
You got a talent, but
All up.
but you know that nigga Chief Keef.
But man, you know. But
Designer.
I'm not dealing with y'all. And
Designer half retarded.
nigga is socially
Keef?
awkward. You know?
I think Chief Keef is a prime example of his
Nigga said-
environment.
Designer.
No, he has Asperger's syndrome.
Who?
Designer?
No, Chief Keef.
The wrong way. You
Yes.
said the wrong way. The
He
wrong
has
way.
he
This
has
nigga said it wrong.
he has a string
Of
of
it.
autism.
Damn.
He has
Yeah,
he
you
has
know,
a string of autism.
okay.
So does autism follow you like your whole life?
Yeah,
And I don't know.
it's
I mean, I'm not
it's
joking about this.
yeah,
I'm
it's a
being
middle-
serious.
It can give you a gift. Like you have some genius autistic
Like a lot of people,
who have
it's just how you manage it. You know what I'm saying? It can get you in a way where you can see people that's unmanaged and
It depends on the
maybe
interaction,
you may be
yeah.
misdiagnosed with self-medication, so they may be doing drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? But you
I got a cousin
some,
who's autistic,
You-
but he's probably like 14, 15 now.
but now they making more awareness as treating it more like a gift or a resource,
Yeah.
like letting them know, like, hey, just because you have it,
Right.
that means you just gotta find your gift and your passion more of, hey, just sit over there. So and
Yeah.
some of them they really make great introverts. A lot of them, and it's like they don't like. A lot of them make good introverts, so they can
Introverts
kind
are
of
some of the smartest people.
yeah.
He's very intelligent, very witty.
She might be
right,
biased.
but he
Who
just
biased?
but he just got his own quirk
Could I-
about
could
him,
I
don't
say
he?
introvert?
And it's cool. You be like, all right, man.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm an ambivert.
It's cool, but
actually.
sometimes you got to be like, all right, nigga, chill, because he like 6'4", and he get to playing all hard and
Oh, he
shit. Be
heavy-handed
like, hey,
too. He
what
real
cuz? I
strong.
be like, nigga,
Who you talking about?
They be real
punching
strong.
your chest. One of my cousins, he
He probably never mind. I ain't gonna say that. But anyways, what?
No, man. I don't know how we even got here.
Man, how we so
Shout
man,
out to
you know, I guess we talking about a lot of
Right,
mental health issues.
We talking about these half-ass
retarded
retarded rappers for a second.
But let's touch on
let's get back to Killer Mike.
Hey,
man.
I want to
Let's
ask
get
this
back on
question.
that.
Hey, before we talking about rappers.
What?
Hey, you think
No,
these
we not
niggas,
finna talk about
hey,
rap. We can talk about Killer Mike.
Hey, you think these niggas
Okay.
around here, you think around these rappers, all these celebrities around here, you think they throwing out some dirty twat and some dirty dicks?
Oh,
Man, we ain't gonna talk about
As
that,
much
bro.
as they
Come on, man.
Come on.
Sharp left turn.
Because that's
but-
other people. I
no.
don't talk about other people's business
I don't-
like that,
I don't
bro. That
either.
ain't my business.
I said rap.
Realistically,
We talk about mental health.
Shit, we dirty
Based
dick
on-
out here too, man.
Oh,
You ain't
man.
gotta be a celebrity.
you was the
Like,
one talking about penicillin.
Damn, sure don't.
You ain't gotta be a celebrity to be dirty dick these days. So I ain't
It's
even
a lot of dirty motherfuckers
The
who ain't
thing-
never been on TV.
The thing is, the ones on TV, it's like we always see the same girl with they'll recycle the same girl. So
Maybe.
you would, I don't.
Maybe they trying to keep a clean circle.
Maybe they
What
are.
you mean?
Maybe
Yeah.
they're
What
clean
y'all
into the
mean?
clean ones.
Maybe that's their way of keeping a clean circle.
Maybe that
You mean the
is.
girls? I mean, y'all
Like, yeah, you know how you see
like
like this one girl dating this one rapper and then go back to this other rapper. They all be in the same circle. Maybe they like, fuck that.
we call that toss up action.
But hey, that was
Okay.
just
That's
my
what we
question.
call
I can
toss
agree
up.
with that. Toss up.
But back to the on
Yeah.
that real
What
shit we was
topic
talking
we
about
on?
Killer Mike, man.
Man,
his interview earlier.
Nah, cause we wanted to touch on that, bro, because it was layers to that interview. Because I think it was like a real thing that
Talk about it,
and I wanted to talk about
Pastor.
like
Deacon.
don't gas me now. I can go left with it. Have your ass paying tithes.
Okay, pass
Let me
that
get the
bucket
collection
around.
plate.
Hey,
Bucket. Where the collection?
We pay
plate?
15% at this church.
hey,
Wow.
10%.
I got
Get
5%.
you on the 8th row if you want to get
You want to get close to the pastor? Dig a
15
little
and up.
deeper.
15 and
Hey,
up.
we're gonna go to the Potter House and go VIP
No,
section.
you know that is how it go. Why
Yeah,
you
but
acting
they
like
told
that?
me.
Yeah,
Why you acting like
I
they
didn't
ain't
know
got a
had-
sign?
I
Some
didn't
of
know
them
they
churches
had
got
a VIP
ATM
section.
machines, bro.
The first 10 rows are assigned at every mega church.
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it-
yeah,
it's
those are
like
the-
it's
those are
like
the
it's like a
tithers.
platinum.
All right,
a
which
platinum row.
service you go to?
The 8 o'clock service.
You may get the discount.
Go to
I've never
10.
been to the
Yeah.
Potter's
Go to
house.
10 o'clock.
I've
Go to
never
the
been
Potter's house. Try to sit on the first 3 rows.
You would politely get escorted out.
First of all, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is you?"
You probably not. You may not even get down there.
It's like VIP at the
I'm
club.
gonna be like, you gonna go clear.
Nigga, you have a
You gonna see
bag.
them white gloves.
They gonna be like, "Nah, that ain't you, player."
You ain't the right
Niggas
section.
in white gloves gonna be like,
Let me escort you out.
I know that for a fact. I was like,
The Lord said.
hey, you looking up there like,
They escorting people out.
like
they'll escort you out of that
Mama
section.
said
I mean, I've never
escort-
been, but I've been to mega churches where they'll do that. There's certain sections to where it's
Well, I hear they got VIP section.
they do. They got VIP clubs.
Wow.
Okay.
at Potter's house.
What's the point?
No,
They got suites?
What I'm saying is this. All right, I wanted to go into the fact that with the Killer Mike and Envy, I think that was a disconnect there.
Okay.
And I'm glad there was able to be some correspondence, but
Right.
without it being disrespectful. But
For
Because
those
it
who-
almost went there.
For those who didn't hear about it. Can you
well,
explain?
Envy pretty much felt like my kids were gonna go to schools outside of what in a neighborhood that I worked for them to go to.
Okay.
Basically, white is right in his eyes. Like
Public
not even
school
white.
ain't
It's
shit.
not
Which is
even
a-
white.
which is
Private
a big
school
problem.
is where your kids need to be. Public
Private
school
school
ain't
versus
shit.
public
Black
school.
community,
The
yeah.
teachers don't care.
And Killer Mike felt like I pay taxes to go to a public school. If my kids don't step up and be great and the
Absolutely.
resources, knowing that they have some afforded opportunities, then they don't deserve.
This is
You a chump ass nigga in his words. If you allow your kids to go to private school and because I know how it goes. Like I think from the perception, I will tell you this is the benefit sometimes of going to a suburban school or a better school. It's
You went to private school, right?
I went to private school in 9th grade. Then I went to predominantly white high school, 10th through 12th grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
my school was predominantly white. Louisville was white then.
Like
Okay.
88% of my
I
senior
went
class
to-
went to college.
I went to in middle school. I went to the poorest of the poor school, where the tech dollars went. We didn't have no windows. Shout out to the Hosea alumni. Whatever year you went, we closed down now. But the thing of it is that when I was in that environment of middle school around nothing but black kids
Yeah.
that was from the hood, all we knew was destruction. That's all we knew. I know that Killer Mike Banda, he actually said something that I thought I actually agreed with. that if you're going to put your kid in a predominantly white school or a private school, they should be 13. At 13, you can kind of make your own assumptions.
I did agree with that too.
I'm not gonna lie. I have friends who think that white is right.
Right.
If you don't stay in a white neighborhood, you ain't made it yet.
And I kind of
And what they
Fuck
fail to
that.
realize, them white folks don't want us over.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck all that.
neighborhoods.
Like, I'm not about to go where I have to force myself to fit in.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie.
Period.
Oh, what you gonna say?
No, I said we got the clip ready if y'all want to play and just get people caught up.
Okay,
Are we
yeah.
good?
How long
How long
is
is the clip?
We can play about, man, we don't have to play that long, just to get the premise of when it, envy, beige rage
Yeah.
moments.
Beige
My
race.
son is a little different because my son goes to a private school, but he's in the hood doing other things. He's playing
This part right
football
here.
in Newark. He's
Pause
playing basketball
right here.
in Newark, so he gets
Let me
that.
listen.
But
Nah, keep
that
playing.
education that he gets in those schools is unlike anything that I ever got in my life, which gives him that advantage.
I don't have no problems with you loving your children.
He went to
But
a
my
black
children
school.
go to public school. Because I pay taxes in public schools, and they named for black people.
Preach.
And either you're going to choose to be excellent, and you're going to do better, or you're going to sit your chump ass down, and you're going to keep me in the same shit over and over, but you can't complain and say that greatness wasn't given to you. If you walk in a school named for Frederick Douglass High School, and you do not have the initiative as a parent or the student to walk up and step up to that greatness, but you would do it at St. Pius?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
The yelling is why I don't deal with black people. I'm gonna say that, but when I do
But you
get
know,
what
Killer
he's
Mike is
saying,
very passionate about.
he's very passionate, and
pro-blackness.
I understand what he's saying, because at the end of the day, when you have private schools get more attention, they have more finances, invested into them, and they have a better education. Of course, you're gonna seek after that. I get what DJ Envy is doing. He wants his kids to have the best of the best. Of course, he's gonna be a little different because he's not exposed to the culture as much as Killer Mike's kids gonna be.
It's all about delivery too.
I mean,
though.
Exactly.
He from Queens, New York, probably the roughest borough in New York.
But he was
Okay.
raised by a cop, so he was raised in a structure of like be better.
So when you went to private school, not meaning to cut you off, when you went to private school, and we used to go to private school parties,
He got sent to
nigga,
private
they
school.
had more drugs and dope and
Of course
rich
they
kids.
did, because they don't have shit else to
Way
worry
more than
about.
My high school was nicknamed Cocaine High.
See,
This
when
is-
I was in Louisville, X and ass and all that shit they was doing.
But they
Everywhere.
but they still had, if you talk about one resources, they still had abundance of other resources.
Yeah, computer labs,
At their disposal.
Like-
engaged parents.
Like she just said, they didn't
Study
have,
hall,
but
you want to
listen,
sleep that shit off.
they didn't have shit to worry about, and like hence what Big Killer Mike said. You teaching them how to take a fucking test.
However,
Right.
Yeah.
however,
Yeah, structure,
let's be
operation.
realistic. Let's be realistic. You can go to a black school called Frederick Douglass, but if all you see around you is crack and weed and people on the block standing around, that shit don't mean nothing to you.
It's deteriorating.
You're gonna be stuck in those four walls. You're gonna be stuck on that street. You're gonna be stuck on that corner.
Yeah.
I was there. I can speak.
Because a
on
lot
that.
of kids are scared.
I can say
'cause I
that.
feel like a lot of
Right.
kids are scared
Like,
to be
if
great.
your environment
sometimes.
if
'Cause
your
they-
environment doesn't change,
They'd
Yeah.
rather blend in. They'd rather blend in than stand out because it's easier to blend in.
We aren't taught to stand out in certain environments, so I can get what both of them are saying, but they're the exception to the rule
But what is confidence
in most
start?
cases.
But-
In the house,
Exactly. So a lot of kids come from a broken or fragmented,
and they don't have that
structure.
confidence.
But think about it. We said, and he said, I would feel comfortable sending my child to private school when they're 13.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into school from kindergarten to 7th grade
Mm-hmm.
in the hood,
that's an important.
and then you get snatched out of that, and they send you to
It's gonna be
fucking
hard for you to
Highland Park.
transition.
No.
That shit is gonna
Now-
be
It's
like
about
I'ma
your
say,
household. It's about
No.
what you're teaching
Yeah,
your
you are.
children. It's about what you're feeding into them. It's about what you're investing into your kids, because yes, it will be a shock to the system.
But I feel like-
if you're
Okay,
not
sorry.
used to, no, I'm sorry. It's going to be a shock to the system if you're not used to somebody investing in you as a person.
Right.
But if you are not used to somebody investing into you as a person, you're going to have the inferiority complex.
But I feel like if your household, like you say, you come from a good household, that shit is instilled into you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can take that to a public school in the ghetto, because you're going to walk past the dope dealers. You're going to walk past the gangsters and be like, you know what? I have a strong, I'm not taught this at home.
But
and I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Your environment, you are a product of your environment. And more times than none, which is sad, a lot of our young black men and women fall victim to that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I feel like if you have that strong household, especially if there's a father there, and more times than none in inner cities, there aren't.
Right.
Sadly, because they lock us up over bullshit.
Or they
but
just
that's a whole
fucking-
nother.
Nah, it ain't. You can't blame it all on
or
them.
they just a rolling stone.
I
My
can't
point.
blame it all on
My
them,
small
but a
little
lot of
team.
it.
Nah, it ain't even a lot. It's not the
No,
majority.
it's a lot of it, bro.
Or-
It's
What
not
I
not
was
the
a lot.
majority.
what I look
Done
at it is,
but it's
No.
not the majority.
You're right. You're right. I
Well, I
won't say
look
the
at it
majority.
Or
Y'all had a
they're a
good
Rolling
point.
Stone and they go off of what they taught, and as more bitches you have, the more you a man. Let's just be honest.
well, man, I just think
You can
There's a lot of niggas out here free ain't going to see their kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was one of them.
I get that.
Me too.
I get that.
That's
I
what
get
I'm
that.
saying. So you
I
got
was,
two in. So
I
you
was
got
one of the
three.
same too. My
So you
daddy
got-
wasn't in prison, but he didn't
But
do
you got
shit.
so you
But
got
I
3
get
out of
that.
4
hey,
of us in here.
I think one point that they missed, and I think one thing that Envy should have pointed that he should have said, he could have probably
Articulated better.
articulated it better. And what he really was trying to say is, you know, and they agreed on this. They was like around 13 years old, you know, kindergarten to 7, around, you know, 7th grade, 9th, 10th grade. Let them experiment with diversity. You know what I'm saying? These private schools and these magnet schools, you know, in certain areas give you that diversity.
Absolutely.
But like Killer Mike told Envy, nigga, your kid, why the fuck your kid got your kid ain't got no issues? Daddy drive a fucking Ferrari.
Yeah,
So,
and then you know his
I mean,
counter like
Envy can't speak on a lot of
little
shit.
different.
Right.
My son in the hood every weekend. Yeah, at the football game and the back.
I mean, Envy has an opinion, which is
That was
cool, and I ain't got shit
But
against DJ Envy, but
It
nigga, you live in a big ass mansion in New Jersey with 8, 9,
But
10
my
cars.
point was
Now-
really
Everybody
was just
ain't
around,
got your-
you know, the
Okay.
diversity part of like around 13, 14. I think they both agreed, and
I
I
wouldn't
think
do
I
that.
think that
like
mentally, I think the point was like mentally, your child is ready at 13 to make their own assumptions.
yeah. So it's good to take them challenges.
Ultimately, yes. If I had a choice, I would put my kids in a school that's gonna invest in them.
Right, to give them that
To
core
give them
structure.
a better opportunity,
Yeah.
to give them not just to study for tests to pass tests, but hopefully an environment that's going to actually teach them and ingrain them in something. And hopefully at home, I'm giving them the same
Right, it's aligned to what
encouragement
your
and confidence,
core. Yeah.
right, and,
Yeah.
and knowledge to go out and get what they need to get. Because again, it doesn't matter where you're from. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and act like, oh, I went to school in Oak Cliff and my mama believed in me. She didn't give a shit about me. It's just that serious, you know. It's just that simple. But at the end of the day, from whatever, when I went to Townview, I learned that it was way more to the world than my street, than my hood.
Right.
But I chose to go back to Oak Cliff because I believe in my city. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so at the end of the day, it's about, even if you're not giving that confidence, you have to get it. And you have to understand, if you're chasing something, I don't even chase my direct deposits. So if you're chasing that white is right bullshit,
Yeah.
calm down.
No, honestly, and
Calm
I
the fuck
believe.
down.
All right, and I think my mom actually told me about that. Like, she had her regrets
Mm-hmm.
during my high school years. Like, it would be days she like, oh, I wish I didn't send you over, because it's hardships when you go to places like that. Because some of it is like just trying to fit into a system or a situation that's not fit for you. Think of it like this: like, it's certain times where when you 15, 16 years old, hell, I went to a predominantly white school in middle school. When you're young and you don't know how to adapt or respond to when you feel like, damn, I don't have that, or damn, I can't do that.
Or sometimes you just want to fit in.
Exactly. And so you try to find your place, because you have that group of kids that's trying to be something they not, one way or the other.
Yep.
Trying to be too hood or trying to be too white.
Right.
Not even really too white, too proper.
Too
but
proper.
Yeah.
outside of what you normally be.
Right, you fighting your insecurities.
It's all about balance. Like, and I felt like that was one thing I kind of prided myself on trying to be. It's not just balance where I told a line, not afraid to be myself, but more being like, you have to be able to delegate and speak on both ends, not changing your vocation. I'm talking about just be able to engage in several
Situations that you're going to be in environments. Yeah.
And that's what it helped me to cultivate, because I was forced to.
Yep.
But I grew up in the hood.
Right.
So I had to be able to adapt, because I feel like when you actually build your skill to adapt is at a young adolescent age.
Right.
You have to be agile. You have to be flexible. And I think that the whole 13-year-old to private school thing is a way to teach younger children how to be flexible and adaptable. Because you're going to have to be, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you decide to work for corporate or whether you decide to pursue a career in crime.
Right.
You're going to have to be able to speak to the different demographics that you're going to work with.
Right.
But ultimately, that shouldn't be the bar to go to a white school to be deemed as successful.
It's the skill set that you're trying to accomplish should be the bar.
I like that there's more alternative opportunities outside of going to the school in the good area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they have more not really vocation, more charter, like where they basically are able to center a curriculum around making sure that the kids excel. Like, shout out to LeBron James, also the Jalen Rose Academy. I feel like kind of got shunned over, not in a bad way, but they say sometimes when you first
talked about it, then we haven't heard anything about it since
but it's
then.
still going. Still, he had 100% of his graduates go to college.
Okay.
So you got to think about
Which
that.
was the goal?
That's Detroit.
Yeah,
and Detroit, that's basically giving Detroit some sustainable citizens, because you got to think a lot of people feel like that's a downtrodden city, but you got to invest in what you got to invest in those kids, because a lot of those kids have the potential to be great. A lot of your best and brightest came from the concrete,
right? Right.
And a lot,
and everybody can't afford to go to private
just
school.
Just afford them
man.
the chance, exactly. And I feel like what Killer Mike was going, I get his point where he said I pay taxes, because we have to invest ourselves and our equity into. And when I say the equity, I'm talking about as ourselves.
Yeah,
we got to invest our talents into the schools that we pay taxes for.
Right, the property taxes in your area.
Because the best and brightest, they do not go to our schools because we feel like the curriculum is not going to adjust to them. So, so that means it is a disconnect between administration and it's a disconnect between the neighborhood, because they feel like if you go to a lower income school, you either an aged out teacher or a teacher just started.
And this is like 40 people in one class.
So and it's like and the
Which
resources are lacking.
Real bad.
That's the only problem to me.
And there's a shortage of parent engagement.
Right. And it's a big shortage.
And that's it's not only in the black community, because I went to a school that was predominantly Hispanic.
Yeah.
And I volunteered at this school through my job because they just sponsored a school this past year. And it was predominantly Hispanic. And they said the reason that we ended up giving like every student backpacks and school supplies for their grade. But the main reason that we had to do that was because the parents were not engaged. I don't know if it's because of Trump. I don't know what it is, but they were predominantly Hispanic. Of course, they don't want to get involved because they don't know what to do. They don't know how the school's going to be. They just know they need to send their kids to school, and they have to, really is because they had to work all these hours in a day.
Yep.
And you can barely spend time in your kid's life.
Right, and the commute in Dallas as well as for for your jobs. And I think one thing that's gonna offset this, because what we talking about is major resources. Yeah, we're aware teachers don't get paid like they should. I mean, education system is. The public education system from the feds and the states is flawed. They don't even really work together. They don't, you know what I'm saying? When they do work together, you know what I'm saying, the resources are limited. But one thing I think they should focus on is still engaging the parents. Like, the parents still need to be taught something. Like, they need to talk.
And I think that's where the disconnect with Killer Mike was, because his upbringing was very different.
Yeah.
He was very fortunate to even go to a public school, but have the
same
backing.
You had breakfast in the morning, dinner in the evening. Right. Do
you know how much I ate during elementary, middle school, high school? It's just, I'm just saying, like, some people don't have the luxury
of, they're always home.
No matter how minimal it is, even the minimal is a luxury.
Yeah.
People fail to realize how important it is for kids that are going to school to get breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, and
lunch too, but breakfast is the most
important.
Yeah, breakfast is the most important.
Well, I remember in elementary, like my grandmother used to get up, or my mom would get up, fix me like a bacon egg sandwich or something.
Yeah.
So I went. But I still got free lunch.
Yeah.
So I would go through it so I can kind of like get what I want out of that, like a Go-Gurt or something.
French toast sticks.
Yeah, What, if it's something I wanted.
Throw nasty ass cardboard pieces.
Nah, screw that. Hey, no pieces.
They had that shit in the 90s too, goddammit. With that fucking corn.
With that sausage, with that
Who knows some Dallas, Texas shit?
They fix corn 3 times a week.
Man,
They fix corn 3 times a week.
Hey, and then you had applesauce for dessert. What you
Nigga.
Man.
They don't
I'm pudding.
Bro,
But y'all, did they have them little smoky
Yeah,
sausage?
I'm pudding.
Little smoky breakfast
Them
sausage?
little chicken patties.
Them little motherfuckers. No, them little sausages.
No,
them
you talking about the little bitty.
them
They
little
gave you about
smokies.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers was wild,
Nigga,
boy.
no, and that's what I'm saying. I get to that like more about. I would see like kids like asking for your food,
Hungry, man.
hungry.
Yeah.
And I used to notice that as a youngster because I used to get mad like, man, why you always begging?
Right.
And they probably
you
ain't
get
ate
older,
since the
you
day
like,
before school.
Right.
Your
Dang.
mindset changed. Like, damn, they really didn't have shit.
They was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
just-
crazy. There's some kids they only eat at
That's
school.
going on
Yeah.
now. So,
There's certain kids that
Yeah,
only
and
eat
it's going
at
on worse
school,
because
bro.
And
if you go look at the food that they get like now, they just nachos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just get a
no
Frito
nutritional
pie.
value.
You know
No
what I'm saying?
nutrition.
Or they may get, it's a cheese sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
a nasty ass fake cheeseburger, hamburger.
But you got to think, but we not doing any better because we just go and pay for them the same low grade food.
right.
Because
But what can we do? Like, what do we know to do? What
Like,
can we
so
do?
those are things, yeah.
To change that.
unfortunately, this is what's happening now.
But what can we do to
that's
change
why-
that?
No, but I'm about to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
we have the resources in front of us, but
But do we know what to do with them?
and that's what I was gonna say. Because last week we was talking about resources that we are not we're not actually being exposed to.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Shout out to Alexander.
Gardens.
We don't
and
have the experience because I
marketplaces.
listened to the episode. I appreciate that.
And so
Yeah.
I was really thinking to myself, is like, what else is out there that we are not abreast to?
because you don't know what you don't know. Right?
Exactly. So that's why I feel like when Killer Mike was speaking about the buying black,
Mhm.
not even just buying black, it's buying basically healthy. Like but you have to seek the lifestyle change that you want.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The first step is always the hardest step,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
but it also goes to your environment.
What are you used to?
Your nearest GNC is not a GNC within 10 minutes of your
Fuck
hood.
no.
Yeah.
No.
There's
But
not
it's
a Whole
fried, but it's a
Foods.
fried chicken spot.
There's not a whole.
So
and
if you
it's a
think
taco
about it,
shop.
it's
I'm
a-
thinking. I'm actually thinking right now.
If I don't see it,
Right. And
it's
think
not
about-
there.
Yeah.
Like
It's like a
Right.
seafood. Like when you
But
were a
you got a
kid,
pawn
they
shop,
always be
you got
like,
a liquor
you don't
store.
want this until you
Yeah.
see it. It's the same
Yeah.
thing when you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why I say about we as many, if we can change people's mindset, because people, one thing, black people love fresh grilled food. I don't care if you got a pit, if you
That's
got a
actually
grill,
healthier.
you know, they know mentally
Lot more
we know
healthy.
that's healthy because I think it's instilled in us. So that's why I was like you get a person a real pit master and subsidize the cost a little bit, meaning showing him a leaner, quicker way, and we can get like turkey pitas out there, like turkey sandwiches. People are buying just like they buy fried burgers and fried chicken.
But not in our
Or
community.
boudin.
Not in our community.
Yeah, you
bro.
can get them a boudin. You can get like boudins if you got fresh boudins. They eat those.
Not in
No.
the ghetto. Ain't nobody in the
I
ghetto.
will.
I'm telling you now.
If you see
But I
it
have-
every day
I
with the
have-
right marketing,
no, but what I'm saying is,
Maybe with the right marketing, I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. But
like
to
a
get us
Williams
to step
chicken on every
But it-
corner.
all right,
you eat-
If we
But
driving
you-
down the street and we
But
don't mean
but
the
it also comes to cost effectiveness.
food cost is high. as
that's why I
fuck.
said
Y'all talked about
subsidized.
that last
You got to
week.
find that
Yeah.
subsidized.
You got
your
12.
cost.
You got
What's
$12.
But
What's cheap?
y'all talking to somebody who
affordable?
who
We
cooks
can
and
feed a lot
sells
of
food.
kids. Make it
Trust me,
stretch.
What you cook?
it's
Barbecue.
What you got out? Yeah,
Chicken.
shout out. What
Anything.
what you got tomorrow, man?
I'm doing barbecue tomorrow.
All right, you gonna have to pull up
I'm
on.
sold out, brother.
Damn.
You know I do pre-order.
Okay.
But no, I gotta listen.
always
If
keep
you
it
in
covered in
Louisville,
the
if you in Louisville, I'll do an extra
She
plate
ain't gonna
for
be
you,
in Louisville.
and you ain't even gotta pay for it just for coming on the
When
show.
the last time you been in Louisville?
2 years ago.
Exactly.
Whoa!
She had a dip out there.
Wow.
I already know.
But no.
That's the only time motherfuckers come
Damn
to
it.
Louisville.
Hey, as a people, if you pull, say you out on a Saturday, don't want to put us all in the box, but you in the hood and you pass by a big ass barbecue pit smoking. Say you come out the strip club like you used to be back in the day when the nigga had the barbecue pit
Isn't that-
outside.
Always
Ecstasy?
clutch. That
Nigga,
shit
are
is
you
clutch.
gonna want
Is
a
that
pork
ecstasy
chop
now?
sandwich?
Oh,
or you
good.
gonna want a motherfucking
Chopped beef.
chopped beef, or you gonna want a
fries?
pita, or you gonna want a pita with a spring
No,
mix.
but the thing is, I would eat a pita.
Sidebar.
Sidebar.
Nigga, that ain't gonna soak
Sidebar.
up Hennessy.
They got a dude out there.
Sidebar.
They got a barbecue
You
man.
coming out the
No.
strip club.
Why do strip clubs have the best wings?
Oh shit!
Oh,
It's
yeah.
part of the.
You said some shit right
it's
there.
like the.
Why do they have the best
Is it
wings?
fresh grease?
Man.
Do they change their grease
I
every
don't
day?
know what, bro. They put
They
ass
put the
in that
stripper
grease.
sweat.
Nigga.
They
The
put
booty sweat.
Ass,
Nigga said they
ass
put
grease.
ass-
They fry the
Ass
the
grease
sweat
and
in the
sweat
Yeah.
in the grease. It's the trick.
I ain't
'Cause
never
it
met
hit
no
just
stinky
right.
stripper.
It hit just right.
Man, me either. I'm talking
But
about.
you
I ain't,
said
I'm
no.
talking
shit.
about-
I won't lie.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
my first strip club experience. I went to
That's
little,
always the black
a little
man.
spot on
Hey,
MLK in
Bring in the-
Houston.
Hey, time.
First of all, I should tell you, I need to know if a strip club's in the hood, nigga, it's shady.
Anywhere MLK or Martin Luther King is the hood.
Oh,
I mean, MLK or Malcolm X is
anything
the
Hey,
hood.
they'll lock
Boulevard.
your bitch ass in there if you try to get over on one of them
Oh
strippers.
my God.
They did that to JoJo.
Nigga,
Little
I seen a
JoJo.
nigga in DG's damn near get killed for picking up money off the floor, and the bouncer seen him. They made an example out of this
They
nigga.
locked little JoJo Simmons in Harlem Nights in Houston. That's on the north side. When that nigga ain't want to throw the money they gave him to throw, he was trying to pocket it. They were like, no, nigga. Niggas, hey, no, nigga. And the niggas locked that door.
Nigga hit
The
that.
niggas say they locked the door on me.
Who
I'm
did
like,
that? Who did
JoJo, he like, they locked the door.
talking about,
JoJo Simmons, Rev Run, son.
Nigga, your daddy and your
Lock the
uncle can't
door.
say
Hold on,
that.
hold on. So they didn't get. They said this the money you supposed to throw to the strippers.
When you go, anytime an
Yeah.
artist come to the strip club, they give him ones to throw.
Right. He tried to cuff those.
He was like, nigga, these is mine. Like,
A lot of people do that.
no,
Click,
Playboy.
click, nigga.
This is a boomerang.
Your daddy and your uncle
Hey,
can't
this
say
is a
that.
boomerang. I'm gonna give it to you.
And it's coming
throw it
right back
out.
to the club.
Get it right back out at tap out. So at tip out.
So what you say, nigga? Tell your camera,
So,
nigga,
hey,
to get ready,
hey.
and you better throw these ones, nigga. Man,
Put this
act
on
like
the
they
reality
yours,
show,
nigga.
my nigga. Like, so no, but I was saying all that to say, it's so easy. Like look at Killer Mike, man. The nigga went. The backdrop of the goddamn documentary Trigger Warning
Him and Sleepy was in the strip club.
Magic City. Like
It was Blue Flame.
no Blue Flame. Oh,
Yeah, I've been to Blue Flame.
that's
never
like
been
blood.
there.
That's like saying the Bloods
I
a
ain't
Crip.
never
'cause
been
that's
to Miami.
them
I mean,
the two
Atlanta.
competitors. So like,
Yeah.
no, nigga, like no, shout it.
Yeah.
where
Blue-
you from?
Hey, the flame nice though.
Nah,
And then I like
fam.
how he broke down. He's been that family been in that neighborhood that owns the Blue Flame. Like it's a black family. That's why he support them.
Them niggas bajillion.
And he said it makes sense. Like some of the things
They
that
gotta be.
we let other cultures
for strip club owners,
dictate
hell yeah.
what was bad for us
Shit.
was really actually good, and they knew what was good because as he stated, Irish men, you be like, how did you get in here? Well, we was immigrants. Well, shit, you had to before you became legal. You was doing a lot of illegal shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, they said if you in
John
Atlanta
F.
this
Sing 'em.
weekend, you better go to wherever quality control going.
Damn.
Because that's where
no,
that's where
bro.
motherfuckers go.
This is funny, but it's not funny, but it's funny as fuck.
Shit.
What?
It really is funny. Hell, fuck it. They ran out of ink at the license at the place of the office for licensing for adult entertainers in Georgia in Atlanta.
They
Oh,
don't
you
get
gotta
licensed
you
for
gotta
that?
register when you come
You
in.
gotta get licensed to be a stripper. You got
For
that's why they be having that thing on their arm and shit. Y'all ain't never noticed
Nah.
I
that.
don't go to the strip
I know they
club.
strip clubs.
You gotta
different,
have a
though.
license to be a stripper.
It ain't. Yeah,
You gotta take a
it ain't
test.
different.
Yes, no, nigga.
Not that I know of.
Nigga got a bump
Not in
for choice.
Texas.
Yes, you do.
Not in Texas.
You gotta be licensed to be a
If you
fucking
work at a
Not
real
in
one,
Texas.
at a real one,
Nigga, you
I
in
ain't
the
never
OK
heard of that.
corral
I mean, I
down
know I ain't
here.
no strip club dude, but I ain't never heard of that before. You need some more drink or you good?
Google is my friend.
I'm good.
I ain't never heard of that before,
Stripper.
bro.
I ain't never heard of that before.
Stripper license.
You gotta take a test.
in Atlanta, in
Does it
Georgia.
expire? You gotta get it renewed.
Stripper license. Look.
You gotta get that bitch renewed.
Adult entertainment permit.
Oh no.
Damn.
Some bullshit.
Strippers in Texas may soon need a license to dance.
May soon. That's why you ain't.
But that was in 2013.
Oh well, shit.
And all fellas, if you in Atlanta and a girl come up to you and she really frowning and she come and ask you for a dance, but she look like she about to cry, don't do the dance because she probably being trafficked.
Wait, don't.
Yeah,
Where
I
we
hear
going?
they got a big
They
traffic
got a
ring.
big
like,
human
in
trafficking
Atlanta.
ring,
Huge.
brother.
Man, what? They ain't already
Nigga,
got
that was
like,
a PSA. We ain't gotta touch on it.
They ain't already got 25
That
people.
was, that was like a commercial
you know
break.
what?
We
But
ain't gotta touch on it.
now that was shocking. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, they got Thursday before the
Yeah,
ballers
dog,
even got to
I'm telling you,
town.
man,
Like
they trafficked.
they got picked up
and it's
before
sad.
Diddy and them even touched the city. Like
Yeah.
It's crazy.
When you do go down there and see Atlanta,
Did you
it's
say
like,
Diddy?
I seen
I had to touch. Let me touch on something real quick. I know
Diddy
y'all
was
see the
hurt
picture,
last
J-Lo.
night.
I know y'all seen the picture, J-Lo.
Oh, yeah, we going to talk about that. We want your opinion on that.
Okay, wait.
Diddy commented.
When Diddy went under the X, he shot his shot back.
I definitely want to touch
He
on
went
this.
from half court on the
you
J-Lo picture.
I don't think he was.
Hey, man, he
I don't
going
think
through
he was.
something.
I don't know what happened, so y'all
put-
have to tell me.
He put the hard eyes on the J-Lo. She was throwing a little thing under that on Instagram.
Sometimes exes are cordial. It could just
But
be
you know, but
that I
Alex-
like this picture.
But you know why
Alex
she left
came
that
in-
nigga though.
But Alex came in with interception. You know, that nigga just put some emojis. He put like hard eyes. He was like,
Yeah,
I'm so
baseball.
lucky.
that was
right?
male ego.
I'm so lucky. I'm like, damn, nigga, you couldn't get that in silence, nigga. Like,
No.
Man,
you
but
couldn't
see,
let me have
see
it.
that-
If he would have been a stronger
Right,
male,
nigga, sit back and
See,
be
remember
quiet.
what-
if he would have been a stronger male and went to counseling, he wouldn't have had to put shit under that picture.
Nah, that dude.
But his ego said, "Let me."
But
put
you know,
it's
Diddy,
strong.
J-Lo, I think, is the one that got away. Why you think he was with Cassie?
Of
And I'm
course
not
she
saying
did.
J-Lo was the one that got away.
Of course.
But,
Nah.
but when that shit happened, no, I'm talking about.
the reason I say
I'm thinking that's what Diddy may be thinking.
Nah.
She the one who.
J-Lo would
Shit,
not
what
have
you
been
mean?
J-Lo if she had stayed with Diddy.
Yeah.
Nigga, J-Lo left because that shit would shine.
but what
and
I'm
the nigga
saying-
damn near went
She
to
was-
prison.
Like,
I'm not disputing that. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying she would not be J-Lo if she was still with Diddy.
Kind of like Sierra.
Yeah, because he would have probably kept her ass in the background.
Because
Yeah.
his
I
life-
get what you're saying.
Because look at Cassie.
You can't
Cassie
have-
stopped. Man, Cassie said,
That's
"Fuck a
just
studio."
bad, man. She could.
But
Cassie
man-
said, "Fuck a studio."
But she wasn't really
Man, he took.
talented. I mean, in
No,
my
but
opinion.
he
she
took
didn't
up from
even-
Ryan Leslie
She
though.
wasn't.
But what I
J-Lo
was
can't
saying
sing.
is
She's
like
beautiful.
she didn't.
wasn't.
But she was like,
Hell, J-Lo can't
"Shit,
sing.
I ain't about to even try to fucking be a singer no more." Like, I got this
This
nigga.
nigga's a billionaire.
But
man.
the shit, you know what I say all that to say is like, a lot of times the expectations. Because I know you want to talk about the expectations in a relationship.
No expectations. Just the view
We back
The
on this
view
shit.
of a healthy relationship.
of a healthy relationship.
The
Communication.
the male view.
Well, all right.
Hell yeah.
As somebody
I love
who's-
this topic. I
As
love
somebody
this type of
who's
shit.
single, but you know, I was dating and intensely.
Hoe.
No, I was dating.
No, that nigga was
intensely.
he was faithful.
I told you this nigga he became a beehive.
That nigga was faithful.
I was at the.
I don't know what happened.
Became a beehive.
After the
Every time
concert
you
shit
convert-
changed,
Anytime you convert and you
Nigga
hear
went to Houston
I
and
hear
came
my
back single.
halo.
nigga came back single.
I fucked up.
I thought I was for the DJ the nigga
I
wet.
fucked
What
up.
did
Right.
you do? How did you fuck up?
See why he had to do something.
That's important. Because he
Why
said
it could have been mutual.
he just said he fucked up. You wasn't
Okay, so
listening.
well, we're not gonna talk.
I told you
we ain't
I-
gonna throw my man under the. We ain't gonna talk about his shit.
No, let's talk about
Because
it.
I told you.
Let's talk about it.
I told you. I looked myself in the mirror.
Okay.
Said I was moving like a fuckboy.
Okay. What did you do though? Let's talk about it.
Social media. You know, it's just-
Nigga, when I
He
seen
went
that,
exclusive.
Give him a drink. I need to pull up. For this,
Tank,
man.
I'm gonna let you finish, Tank. But I had never seen that. When I seen that, I was like, oh yeah, it's for real.
I'm like, boy, you went through you finished to
I
the
said
end
it's
too.
for
them tickets was
real.
I'm talking about box seating, big
Them-
big at the Beyonce.
So they got the
I'm like, you
relationship.
done converted
the,
for
hey,
real.
The relationship selfie. Oh, I was like, oh, it's real.
It's
And I was happy for
Bro,
my
as soon
man.
as I got
Hey,
posted,
he went
the
to
drama came.
marital counselor before.
Millennial.
We had never posted. Soon as we got
That's why I don't
posted,
do that
The
shit.
millennial.
That's
Like
why I
it
don't do
came
that
like
shit.
in 24 hours.
They like, hey.
That's when you start getting hate straight. Hey,
wait,
big head.
no, it wasn't me.
Coming to you as a
The
woman.
world is
Oh.
small. Dallas is very small.
It is.
Hey, woman to woman.
Woman to
woman to woman.
Boy, hit Betty right on.
That's
it.
how you got done. Seriously. Oh my god.
It was some old shit,
Yeah,
though.
see, that's some fuck shit.
It was some shit. All right, you know how it's levels to relationships.
Oh, fuck that. I'm bullshit. I'm just playing.
You know, you want to know what I
He
did?
spent money on them
I
tissues.
literally was like, I need to work on me.
Go to
Yeah.
And
counseling.
I've actually, she told me I need to go to counseling.
Yeah, she probably right.
No, I shout out to that, and she even recommended somebody. Like,
Yeah.
no, because she said she was gonna go too. You know, shit.
It wasn't
She
no-
actually
it ain't no
went.
pastor.
No, she actually was going while we were together. Like that was her thing on Wednesdays. Like because it was just pretty much to sort out her thoughts, her plans, and just herself. And so she exposed me to a lot, and I appreciate it. And they always say sometimes, unfortunately, women prepare men for the next woman.
Oh, I've been that.
Oh yeah.
I can speak to that.
So you the small college program, meaning
Yeah.
because you normally the
You
one
the
that gives
free lunch program.
You the
because you
associate's
give
degree.
opportunities.
You give
Yeah.
opportunity.
Exactly.
You got a training camp.
Fuck
Ain't
that.
nothing wrong with She like, fuck that.
I was.
Tired of
She
training
got
these
tired
You
of
gotta let
Moses.
somebody else
Yeah,
do
that's
that
what I'm
shit.
happily saying.
Meet you a nigga and be like, hey,
I ain't here
do
to
you got a
train.
I didn't
girl?
train
And he
them
be like,
right.
yeah, but you
I ain't
know, I
train them
don't
up
really
right.
fuck with her. Fuck with that nigga because when he leave her, maybe she'll train him up and then you ain't got to.
How many? When the last time you introduced somebody to your family?
Fucking never.
Oh,
5 years ago.
I was about to say.
How
never,
long
damn.
did he last after you introduced him to your family? It might make you go way.
You don't want
back.
to touch on that?
What we talking about?
Well,
We
the
ain't
reason,
naming
no
no, the reason I say that is because
It just I don't like it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like introducing people to my family because 9 times out of 10, knowing me, I'm a Gemini. Like one side of me likes you, but the other side don't fuck with you.
Gemini's be
so
like
you can
3
wake up
different
one
people.
morning and
Fuck
just be
you.
like,
It's like 5.
I'm a Leo. Oh, my bad. my bad. I didn't mean to cut you
Hey.
short.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm a Leo. Leos and Geminis do not. My oldest daughter's mom's a Gemini. I didn't know who the fuck was coming out every day.
I've only dated June Geminis,
That's
Really?
it.
and I'm a May Gemini.
I don't believe in this
Geminis
stuff.
love hard, though. I will say that. If you fall in love, you're going to love.
All this astrology shit is in y'all
hard.
head. It's all in y'all
No,
head.
some of this
I don't
shit,
believe
nah,
that.
bullshit. Some of that shit is real.
I don't believe that.
I don't read my shit.
Yes, you do.
I don't believe that.
Nigga be looking
They tell- they
damn.
tell-
That nigga
me-
Stevie wondered me.
They telling me I'm a people pleaser. Man, fuck no.
Now, see, I don't read that horoscope shit every day. I don't
No.
do that. But I do believe.
I looked at that, it was disrespect. I'm like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was never me. It was
Right.
you
When
know,
I read that
I'm
Leo
like-
shit, I be like, that ain't me. Fuck out of here.
you know,
Leo?
So, I'm a Leo to the bone.
I'm a Libra, but I don't believe I'm a
Leo
Libra.
to the
And
bone.
I'm a
I don't have
Aquarius.
Libra ways.
What are Libra rays? I don't never.
Whatever they be
Libra's
saying I am, I don't
Libra.
ever.
My little brother Libra. I love him.
He
Yeah.
cool ass nigga.
Libra's cool. Libra's,
Exactly.
hey, I ain't never met a bad Libra.
Yeah, and I've never heard nothing bad
Man,
about
them
give
motherfuckers.
me, man,
Them
my
motherfuckers.
nigga.
I've never heard nothing bad about Libras.
But first of all,
Yeah, I've never
nobody
heard
knows
nothing
I'm
bad about it. Yeah.
nobody knows I'm a Gemini until I say I'm a Gemini. That's the thing.
You sneaky.
I ain't sneaky. I'm shit.
Geminis are sneaky. The reason why I say that is because Geminis and Scorpios are the only ones that live up to their name.
Scorpios are freaks.
Scorpios are fucking mean.
Thanks.
Scorpios.
That's
are
one of their
freaks.
strong suits.
Scorpios are like Delta.
But they have a lot of they got a lot of cons.
Scorpios are freaks.
Wait, we ain't no.
They are. I said it, nigga.
It's hot.
Scorpio.
You just agree with
it.
me.
It's kind of hot, ain't it?
Yeah.
It is a little warm.
I'm about to start sweating.
Bro, god damn, it got real hot.
Your
now
hair's
this
sweating.
nigga.
because we
Your
was talking
beard about to start sweating.
But now finish the topic, man. You know, they freaks. It is what it is. Shit.
But nah,
I got your back.
Nah.
We got to take a pause for the calls.
it's the alcohol.
Nah, we good. We good.
What you taking a pause for?
The Spider already doing that.
We good?
Oh.
The show
But
must go
It's
on.
gotta go
Oh,
on.
well,
I have to.
It's- Nigga,
we
when
got to go.
Where the bathroom at?
We finna wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
We
Damn,
finna go.
Fill me up on drink.
we talking like we ain't recording.
We really been
It's
just
normal.
chopping.
We live.
We really been chopping it up on this show.
We
Like,
really been chopping it up. We did hit our topics.
what was our topics today?
Relationship, niggas,
Private
We
and
was
public
talking-
school.
public school.
All right.
Make
What do you
sure you-
all right. What do you think about Kamala Harris? I wanted to talk about that. The reason I say that is because I'm gonna tell you this: Kamala Harris, Cory Booker. I'm gonna say this right now, man. I ain't got too much faith in neither one of them, and I hate to say it. It's like ever since Trump came into office, man, it's really diluted the pool of candidates. Because a lot of these
You gonna
niggas
vote?
think they got a chance right now.
Nicole, you voting?
What's
You
going
lit.
on?
Oh man, I'm gonna say it like this. I'll be glad when diversity in America is real and accepted.
Do you think it will ever be though?
I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be after we're all not here anymore.
I think when the mixed
And I'm just being
population
realistic.
grows.
Because I have such a diverse upbringing. Race has never been a thing to me until I had more black friends. And yeah. So it's just like I'm tired of let's just vote for them because they black.
Nah.
Yeah.
I want to know what they're.
Exactly.
What are they? You know, what are they
Do your
going
research.
for?
I'll never do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll never do that. I mean, Kamala locked up more. I mean, and I'm not saying just because they black don't lock them up. If they did the crime, lock them up. But she locked up a lot of motherfuckers. And a lot of them was young, first-time offenders. But that's another show.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wanted to thank you for coming out.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
But, all right, so, you got your own platform. Basically let the listeners know when y'all normally drop.
We usually drop every Tuesday.
What do y'all have on the horizons? What do you have on the horizons? Or what do you just want to give them a parting message, anything?
Right now, I'm just a cooking creative. My message to anybody listening is that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, no matter how old you are. No matter how late you think it is. If you think it's too late, it's probably the right on time.
Right.
You just got to get out and fucking do it. If you got to go do it by yourself, go do it by yourself. Don't sit at the table with nobody else forced. Make your own fucking seat.
Right.
Make your own fucking
Hell
table.
yeah.
Wow.
Hey, don't
Decorate
try to
your own motherfucking
Hey, you
lawn.
ain't trying to sit at the table. You just trying to create
feel
your
me?
own. Hell
They'll
yeah.
come.
Hell yeah.
They'll fucking come.
Good shit on always
You
flourish.
feel me?
Man, she left us on the strong.
Hell
word.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. But
Real.
Came out of nowhere. Huh?
I thought we was
You
still
felt
talking.
anointed, huh?
My bad.
She felt anointed.
Well,
Man.
well, no, I'm just saying I really appreciate y'all for having me out.
Most
This is new to me, like having people want me to come on their show.
Did
So
you enjoy it?
No, because I ain't gonna lie.
I really enjoyed it.
I loved your perspective because you have a lot of adverse perspectives for
I'm real
the
open-minded.
typical
Yeah.
woman because you admit, your fuckboy ways, but you also admit that I'm scared to be in a relationship now because I don't trust you
Right.
niggas.
I done trained too many niggas to leave me.
Damn, did I say that?
In so many words.
Yeah.
But that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I listen. I don't just observe. I
All
listen.
right, fellow fuck boy. In
former.
recovery.
2019 is my year. It's my year.
I'm claiming 2020.
I'm claiming it.
This
I
year-
ain't claiming nothing. I'm just
this
saying
year-
it's my year.
This year is my year to focus on school.
Focus on what?
You gotta focus on school.
Come again.
Oh, yeah.
How long you been focused on school?
The evangelist told us.
Hey,
About
you know
a
a
year.
counselor told her that.
Oh, about a year.
No, but how long
Seriously.
ago when she told you to focus on school?
This week.
No, damn.
You
Wednesday.
Maybe
this
she just
week?
knew like you ain't
So I'm like,
ready.
do I know your
Couple
girlfriend?
days
Because I
ago.
went Wednesday. Yeah.
Are you getting good morning text right now?
Get money.
Good morning.
No, not anymore. That's the favorite part of my day, but I realize it is a mass text. So, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not getting no good morning
no,
text.
they are not.
I'm not
all
gonna
right.
get a Valentine's Day, which sucks. Oh, you supposed to talk
Oh.
to me about that at the show.
I got you.
I forgot.
I got you.
Sundress season coming up, so you know.
I'm winning.
This
Valentine's
nigga right here,
Day.
bro, you can't be giving out the. Hey man, it's gonna come quicker than you know it, bro.
Right.
This look like eyes, but it's not really eyes. I thought it was eyes.
Valentine's Day is, I mean,
You thought
that's-
those was eyes?
I don't like
But-
that shit.
All right, Spider, what you got for us, man?
Shit.
What you
But
keep
nah,
on?
so
I'll
you
send
know
you
who this
something,
is,
man.
man. This episode 30, man.
Episode 30.
Let the people know who you
30.
are.
I don't know.
You don't know who you are?
Ass and titties.
Hey.
DJ D-Boy Fresh, the charming asshole.
Young go clear.
Antoine the Source.
Man, this knowledge, man.
And you
Keep it
can
cheap.
find her at Young Oak Cliff. It's spelled like it said.
It's
Right
spelled like
now,
it
when you
says.
see the green light on, she gonna respond.